Going on? Welcome back to your favourite football fan channel, Real Reds Talk. What a busy morning/afternoon it's been. We've had a guest on that we've recorded a very, very insightful, fun, I would probably say, described it. A good interview, a good solid interview did this morning. Not going to release who that is yet, but keep an eye out for that interview when it does drop. It's going to be at some point on the channel. So yeah, been busy. That's why the live show was pushed a little bit, and that's why we're going live at 1 o'clock. But do not to worry, because there still is plenty of stuff to talk about. The Athletic have given us some updates on transfer targets. Wan-Bissaka's move to West Ham is now official, and he's done a statement to United fans, which we want to get into. Jadon Sancho deal still being pushed from French outlets in the media that deal could still be done. Mctominay is going to go right to the wire with teams like Napoli, Everton, Fenerbahce, loads of teams interested in him. Can we get the price that we want? And then that kind of coincides with the Ugarte deal that we're having patience, and we think, PSG might buckle a little bit because they need to sell. And as well, we've got Ligt Mazraoui, who trained with United today. So loads of stuff to get into. And let's just, dive straight into it head first, Sam. So we Athletic reporting that United are looking at a number 6 to play alongside Kobbie Mainoo and backup left backs capable of playing the left side of central defence. United are considering certain players like Mario Hermoso. Apparently, executives met with this player last week, but he's not a player the club are pursuing currently now at this moment in time. And Marcus Alonso was also been discussed as well. Do any of them tickle your fancy?
Nah, both of them I don't. We've made our thoughts clear on Mario Hermoso several times, so I won't go into that again. Yeah, Alonso, not a fan. I'm not a fan of him at all.
As a human or a player?
Well, both. As a human, he's a despicable human being, but as a player, I just don't think he's the right fit. I just don't. Again, it seems a very short-term solution to me. I would rather go out and get that. What's the Turkish guy? Is it Kaloglu?
Kaloglu, yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather go get somebody like him. It doesn't have to be him, obviously, but something around that vein where they're young, they're versatile, not going to cost that much money, can develop them into something, and they're happy to bide their time and fight their way into a first team role. I think if you get an Alonso or something like that, he's going to demand first team money. He's going to demand to start. I just don't think that's what we need. So I think, yeah, I'm glad that we're not looking at those options anymore or not pursuing them, as Laurie said. So, yeah, it'd be interesting to see, like, if we do end up pursuing that. I think midfield is clearly the target. We need to get they say they're going to sign a midfielder regardless of who exits. Maybe if we get Scott does go, we get 2 in. You see a combination of Ugarte, Amrabat, Ugarte, Rabiot, Ugarte, say another. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens in the last 2 weeks of the window. It seems like there's going to be a lot of stuff happening in the next 2 weeks. That seems to be the thing, like sales and incomings. It seems like there's going to be a lot happening.
And I wouldn't just say for United, I think other clubs as well are going to be very, very busy these last couple of weeks. And Athletic did touch on the midfield situation. They said United are expected to sign a midfielder before the August 30th deadline. Whatever happens with outgoings, but it may be at the low cost end. And we've also just had a report coming in from Luca Chile from Sky Sports. I think it's in Italy. And this was the same journalist that was one of the first ones to initially report Rasmus Højlund joining United. So pretty credible outlet. And he's saying Manchester United are ready to make an important offer in line with Monaco's request to sign Youssouf Fofana. Milan are now way, way behind United in the race. So that's an interesting development as well. There's a couple at play here. But yeah, I don't know about you. I'm desperate to take anyone at this point. I just think we need A, bodies in there, and B, quality. That's what we need there, don't we?
I would like a pure 6. That would be my ideal. If we get a pure 6 who plays that position, happy to play that position, and is good in that position, that's what I want. And then if in addition, if we can get somebody who is versatile, say like a Rabiot, say like a Fofana, who could play the 6 and the 8, you can then sort of rotate out with Kobbie when he needs to rest, or you can play him when you're playing a sort of lower opposition or something like that. That would be ideal. So whether the combination is Ugarte and Rabiot, or whether that's Amrabat and Fofana, whatever way you want to do it, I just want to see a pure CDM, pure 6, and then an additional one. I think that would be pretty much a spot-on window for United if we could do that. If we had a left-back on top of that, then fucking fantastic. But I think 2 centre-backs, a right-back at obviously, I don't think we needed, but with the Wan-Bissaka situation, which we'll get into, it needed to be done. A striker and then a DM, maybe 2 midfielders. I think that's a pretty perfect window from United. Like I
Yeah,
can't
not
argue
bad.
with that.
Yeah, I have to kind of re-say this. Like the left back situation and the other midfielder, they are going to be low cost or loans at the absolute maximum. There's no way they're going to go and spend
They're
big
not
money. So
dropping.
I even think, I even think players like Rabiot is difficult because the wages that he's demanding are so
True.
much. Amrabat, me and Sam were discussing off camera before. He's still kind of just sat there. Like, just is he back with Fiorentina? Or is he with United still? Like, what is he doing? Apparently, Fiorentina want to make him captain as well. I've heard. So I don't know what the crack is with that. Maybe it will just be like it was last season, where when we got Bayern Deer and Amrabat on the last day, and I was like, and there was fucking bartering over £1 million, I think it was, which obviously in normal circumstances is a lot of money, but in football terms, when you're Man United, it's not. So yeah, maybe it will end up being a deal like that. But I think if you can get Ugarte Amrabat, I think I'd be happy with, because then you've got cover then. And Casemiro, some people think is going to have this kind of renaissance, don't they? But I'm not too sure about that.
I think Casemiro, if you could have played him in the 6, there's always going to be that risk when the turnover happens and then he rushes in or he gets bypassed like he did all last season. That's going to be the risk every single time. However, if you want to play Casemiro in more of an 8 or a 10 position, pushing up the pitch and with his range of passing, that's fine. I'm happy with that if you want to do that. And then get a pure CDM in who can play the 6. And so you don't have to worry about that stuff too much. Who's just happy to sit, break up play, get tackles in, give the ball to Kobe Mainoo, give the ball to Casemiro, give the ball to Bruno, whoever it is. I'm fine with that. If Casemiro's going to stick around, you're going to play him in that sort of thing. But if he's going to be our 6 going forward, that worries me. That really, really would.
Well, I'd love to hear what everyone else is saying. We've got 30 people currently in the chat, so if you can, please do smash a like on the video and get your opinions in about the midfield situation, how you personally see the transfer window going, because I'd love to get your thoughts and feelings on it. So do get them in. I'll come back to the comments shortly. But Sam, you mentioned Aaron Wan-Bissaka there, and that's official, been confirmed today. He's joined West Ham from United on £15 million fee, contract to be valid until June 2031.
7
and his
years.
salary spread over 7 years. But he's put a message to United fans, and I want to read this out. So, to everyone associated with Manchester United, thank you. You've helped me fulfill so many dreams of mine, and I leave the club with memories to last me a lifetime. I'm so grateful for the love, help, and support I've had from players and staff during the last 5 years, and wish you all nothing but the best. Thank you to the fans. You've stuck by us throughout the ups and downs. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, Reds. That's quite nice, isn't it?
Yeah, I always liked Wan-Bissaka. Like, one of those players kept his head down, never made a fuss, even when he wasn't playing, didn't speak out against the club. But when he came in, a lot of the time did an absolute solid, dependable job. And then when he gets to West Ham and he's unpacking, he's taking out like his pockets, he's going to pull out Doku, he's going to pull out Sterling, he's going to pull out people like that. And
Mbappe, Neymar, fucking
the list goes on. Like, the best one-on-one defender, fullback in Europe. I don't care what anybody says. There's nobody who is as good as he is.
In terms of crown jewels, recovery pace, 1v1.
Like,
there's other areas of the game.
Going forward, as an all-round fullback, probably not. But defensively, one-on-one, there's nobody touches him. And I think he's fantastic for that. Obviously, with the way we're going forward, the way we want to set up the team, doesn't fit in anymore. He's still quite young. He's 26. So he's still got a lot to give to a club. He's still got a lot to offer. And I think he'll be fantastic at West Ham. And I wish him all the best. Like you said, once a Red, always a Red. I hope when West Ham comes to Old Trafford, he gets a great round of applause and he gets a fantastic reception. But then I hope he has a shit game, just so we don't know the thing. But once a Red, always a Red. And I always like Wan-Bissaka. I think great. But times move on for all players and all teams. And wish him the best.
I think when you look at the optics of the deal and you look at how much we're going to get, now with Mazraoui coming in, that's him for another 5 or 6 years. It's just better planning in a business sense, and just any way you look at it, tactically it helps us out significantly as well, and the versatility. Because at times when Wan-Bissaka was playing at left back, I was pulling my hair out last season. I was like, he's not comfortable. He looked awkward anyway, on the right side. So putting him on the left, you're like, Jesus. But then you had Lindelof, you had Amrabat play there, and for a season, you can't have players like that put in that position because they'll just have you on toast. So, yeah, I think it's the correct decision in that sense. How do you think he'll get on at West Ham?
I think it'd be great. I think he'll do well for them. I've not watched West Ham in pre-season, so I don't know how they set up tactically. Obviously, under Moyes, it was more pragmatic. It was more sort of. I think he would have probably fit into a Moyes system way better. I think he's ideal for a David Moyes system, but I'm not sure how Lopetegui's going to set him up. It'll be interesting to see this weekend how they play, how they set up, if he does start, etc. So, yeah, I think he'd do great. I think if you utilize him to his strengths, which is one-on-one defending, shutting down wingers, that kind of stuff, you've got a great player. But if you want to play progressively for your fullbacks and push on and bomb on, it's probably not the guy for you. So I'm sure Lopetegui's got an idea in mind of how he's going to utilize him.
Yeah, absolutely. Random guys put in a super chat. Thank you very much for that, random guy. Appreciate that. Saying West Ham had an incredible transfer window, 8.5 out of 10. And I was just looking at the signings. So Max Kilman is the most expensive one, believe it or not.
Yeah.
At 47 million euros. They've signed Somerville, 30 million euros.
Yep.
Fulkrug for 27 million euros, which I think is a pretty good bit of business. Luis Guilherme, who's a right winger from Palmeiras for 23 million euros. Just had a bit of depth. And then Wan-Bissaka as well, of course. That they've added. Tadibo, we've not even mentioned. Yep. So, yeah, that's a top window, you have to admit.
Good coach as well. Yeah, like, they've got an excellent coach in Julian Lopetegui, like, very underrated coach. Much like Emery at Villa, I think he's going to do bits here at West Ham. And then with that window, they've clearly gone, we're going to back this guy. And they've backed him. Absolutely. So, I've got a mate who's a West Ham fan, so I hope for his sake they have a great season. Obviously, it finished below us, which that's fine, but I hope they have a good season.
Yeah. I reckon David Moyes sat there now going, where was my backing? Now the fuck are my players, you know what I mean? Random guy.
If Aaron's controversial take comes true, he might be back before the end of the season. So
who knows? Yeah. Anyone who hasn't seen that big preview, do go check it out because it's a really good video. Random guy saying I might be that one delusional guy, but I'm still a fan of Anthony. Definitely shouldn't be start, but as backup, he still has something to give. That was another one of Aaron's controversial takes in the big preview.
I think he said he'd have a better season, but after last season, it's not hard to have a better season, is it really?
No.
No.
Correct. David Harrington saying Amrabat wasn't good enough last season. You can count on one hand how many good games he had. He isn't the answer. We're not necessarily saying he's the answer, David. We're saying as depth. Yeah, I mean, who do you want? Do you want McTominay playing as a 6 there as depth? Or Ericsson? Remember him as a 6?
Oh, God.
So who's worse off? If it's that or nothing, then it's kind of like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Amrabat, 20 mils, well worth it. I don't know if I'd pay that much for him. I think
that's
13 to 15.
That's what they wanted originally, didn't they? They wanted 20. And then United basically said, we're not going to pay that. We're not going to go, but the talks were still open and stuff. So, yeah, I think we could, if we're going to get him, it would be around about 10 to 13 million in that bracket, I reckon.
Yeah. Sean's in the chat joining us saying 35 people, 11 likes. Don't be a Sancho and put some effort in to triple like. There you go. Couldn't have said it better myself. Wan-Bissaka is a great defender. Just cannot play our style. He'll play well for West Ham. Gutted he's gone, but wish him all the best. He was class for us. He'll get a great reaction when he's back at Old Trafford. Yeah, for sure. No doubt. I don't think there was anyone who really disliked Wan-Bissaka, was there? Everyone was pretty happy with him, especially as a backup right back. Like what he offers.
Like you think about the stuff. The reason we won the Carabao Cup, Wan-Bissaka. The reason we won the FA Cup, Wan-Bissaka. He's the reason for the 2 trophies we've won in the past 2 years. Like he's the reason for it. So.
Absolutely. David Harrington, do you think he'll pocket Garnacho and Rashford? I fucking hope not.
Please no.
I hope not.
Please no.
But I can see it happening.
Yeah.
Honestly, I can see that happening because he's that good against anyone.
He is.
And obviously he's familiar with their game because he's trained against them for years.
Well, hopefully they're familiar with his game and know how to avoid that.
Yeah, you'd like to think so. Randy's saying Wan-Bissaka's going to help us by keeping our opposition for top 4 under wraps. We have just gifted 5 Real Red Talk memberships. So Steph, Randy, David, McMillan, and Tashiamo. What a name that is, by the way. You've just been gifted a membership.
Look at the surname. So Tashiamo Blessing Museki. That is a hell of a fucking name. Absolutely.
That's a top name. Top name. So yeah, you are the recipients of that. Hopefully you enjoy the membership, exclusive content. You get early access to stuff for badge next to your name. And yeah, obviously the little emojis and stuff. We try and make it as much as we possibly can as a package to offer as a membership. So yeah, if there's anyone who wants to become a Real Red Ultra, please do click the join button next to the notification bell. And don't forget, we mentioned at the start of the video, we've got an interview dropping with someone this week, which is so fun.
Probably tomorrow morning. I'm editing it tonight. I've got some live stuff outside of this that I've got to take care of, but I'm gonna work tonight to finish it for the morning, hopefully. So hopefully we'll drop it first thing in the morning.
Yeah. Sean saying, Sam, I'm sure I've seen Homer Simpson wearing that outfit when he was going on the rob or something.
This outfit.
There you go. Yeah. Homer Simpson.
I mean, we've spoke about this on the show. This is a little bit of a diversion, but I wear like 4 brands. That's like my 5 brands actually. Uniqlo, Carhartt, which is what this is, Carhartt, Vans, North Face, and Dickies. That's what all I wear pretty much. So this is just an ensemble of those outfits.
Random Guys just gifted a membership again. Honestly, I can't. He's quality. What a guy. Membership's going left, right, centre in here. Honestly,
we need to when we make our batch of merch, Random Guy needs to get one of everything. I think the amount of stuff he's putting.
And when we hit 100 members, we'll do a big giveaway or something. We'll do something for you guys.
We'll do like a media pack or something of like a shirt, a hat, a pin, some stickers, and then if you want anything signed, we'll sign it as well. But obviously, you don't have to have that because who gives a shit about my signature, really?
And if you've seen my signature as well, fucking shocking. I'd rather sign Berg for 20 mil if it's Amrabat or nothing. Obviously, I'd take Amrabat. I'm still hoping we get Ugarte late on in the window. PSG won't want him sitting on the bench all season. Go on, I've seen the comment.
Signed chocolate mug.
A signed chocolate mug.
Want this sign. Mate, do you know how much this mug costs? It's expensive. Like, if you buy one, I'll sign it for you, mate. I'll do it.
Yeah. It's expensive because it melts all the time, so you have to keep replacing it.
I have to make a new one every day. I make my cup of tea. I have to get the kiln going. I have to mold it like that scene from Ghost and shit and make a new one every day.
Yeah, goes to Wonka's factory and gets them imported. That's how it works. The big chocolate mug's becoming iconic. Becoming a part of the show, I would say. I feel like
I'm gonna do every show now. I feel like if I don't have it, it's gonna be the show's gonna be
unacceptable
shit.
behavior.
You know what I mean? I have to. That's like a good luck charm.
Yeah, chocolate mug, iconic. I'm not sure how to segue from that to Jadon Sancho, but we're just going to talk about Jadon Sancho because there's a report's coming out from France, from the Queep, again, who keep pushing this news, that PSG are still keen on signing Jadon Sancho and are working on the deal. Would you be astonished at this point if you went?
They've just signed Desiree Doué, haven't they? So that seems like
that's why I was like,
seems like they've fulfilled that. They wanted a winger to not to replace Mbappe, because you can't replace Mbappe. Like, let's be honest,
he is irreplaceable.
But to fill that sort of like hole in the squad, and it seems like they've done that because they beat Bayern Munich to it, didn't they? Like, Bayern Munich were looking like they were the ones who were going to get the deal over the line, and then out of nowhere he's picked PSG. So it seems like they filled that slot in the team. So I don't understand where Sancho fits in there. Like, it's a weird thing. And L'Equipe fucking hell, Sean. Like, every time, it just distract me. L'Equipe they're 50-50 with the legitimacy of their stuff. Sometimes they get stuff spot on. Other times it's a bit more tabloidy speculation. But it wouldn't surprise me because PSG do buy players like this. They go out and buy big names. But they seem to be moving away from that. They seem to be going for younger talent. Sort of like João Neves, the Desiree Doué, those kind of stuff. They seem to be moving away from that superstar big name signing. So yeah, I'm not sure on that one.
Yeah. Also, I'd love to know what the money's going to be spent on as well, because if they manage to recoup, let's say 40 million for Sancho, and then his wages off the bill as well, which would be massive.
Yeah.
You would think, they've got to bring in an attacker, because you don't need wingers, do you? You've got enough depth there. But then I think Tony would be the logical one for me personally. But the fact that we was interested in signing Elise still makes me think that they're looking for maybe a specific type of winger.
Like a wide
But I just think, put faith in Ahmad. You've got Garnacho, Rashford there as well. Anthony paid a lot of money for. So there are 4 options really where I'm like, and if you need Mount to go out on the left or whatever, you sweet. So I think you need to reinvest that money in a striker, personally.
Yeah. And apparently, because he's going into the last year of his deal, Ivan Toney, Brentford would be willing to accept around about 40 million, wouldn't they? So if you get Sancho for 40 and you get his wages off the books, and maybe you could do with Brentford 30 plus add-ons if you hit certain specifics. And I imagine his wage will be less than Sancho. I hope it would be less than Sancho's anyway. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So it would work out for all parties there, I think. And I think, again, takes the pressure off Højlund. Like, he doesn't have to play all these games. Takes the pressure off Xerxes in his first season. You can bed him in, take his time, because you've got Ivan Toney, who's prem proven. I hate that phrase, but it's true.
Oh, yeah.
And you can just let him run and score goals and stuff. And he's a great set piece taker, good free kicks, good penalty taker. So I think it's a nice deal to do, because I thought Arsenal were written all over it. I thought Arsenal go in and they'll get number 9, and just haven't done it.
No. I'm telling you now, there's two things that I predicted for this window, and this was a while back. One, the last 2 weeks are going to be utter carnage because there's just, I don't think there's been enough business so far from other clubs. I still think they're looking at opportunities. They're looking to get something towards the end of the window. But you always see it at cut price in it when teams are desperate in any scenario. So with Ivan Toney, for example, it's like you either take 40 million now or I'm going to go on a free next season. So, you need that money. So they're like, fuck it, we'll sell it 35, 40.
They paid like what for him? Like a couple of million or something.
I have no idea.
Like really
no idea.
tiny. So either way, it's either way, it's profit. Like either way.
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. But then you actually worry about Brentford a little bit. You think, well, if they lose Ivan Toney, I feel like they're one that could go down potentially. But even other deals, like we're going to speak about Ugarte in a moment, but the stance on that, United have said, well, PSG need to sell. He's not going to feature in the team. They've just brought in João Neves, so they know the crack with that. So they're just going to bide the time. They're going to be patient with it, and then maybe PSG will come back and go, you know what, we'll take 45 or we'll take 42, and then maybe a deal can be worked. Hopefully. So
I think the reason it's gone quiet is literally just because United have gone, look, if they're not willing to do business, we'll go look elsewhere. So now they're speaking to Fofana, they're speaking to Sander Berge and stuff like that. And like you said, PSG will realise last 2 weeks of the window they're going to need to sort of balance the books, as it were. Just bought Desiree Doué, they've bought João Neves. Like, they're going to have to balance the books somehow. And the one sellable asset they have is Manuel Ugarte with United, who are interested, who are willing to do a deal.
Who would love to join the club as well.
He wants to go. The agent, I think his agent's Jorge Mendes as well. I'm sure it is. So he's got the
same agent as Yoro, hasn't he? I think.
Oh, is it the same one as Yoro? Is it the same one as Yoro?
He's got the same agent as one of the players we've signed. I'm pretty sure he has.
Because I know
someone in chat on that.
The Ligt and Mazraoui have got the same agent, haven't they?
They've got the same one. Yeah. But Ugarte has definitely got the same agent as another player. I can't remember who it was though. But
it's a layup, isn't it? Like, it's a layup deal. Like, you literally just tap it in and that deal's done. Like, you can get that done quite easily. You don't have to shop them around and speak to clubs and stuff. That deal's there, ready to be done. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Maybe PSG come back to the table in a week or so.
Yeah, absolutely. Can I just say as well, by the way, lovely to see so many of you in the chat. Over 50 people currently live. That's absolutely amazing. And all the love as well in the chat. People being so nice and kind. And Randy saying you guys are on fire. Steph with the Nick and Sam emoji with the equals fire. Everyone's in a good mood this morning, which is great. Random guy saying as well, honestly, I would love some Real Reds merch. Listen, if we get enough demand,
10K.
There's enough people that want it, we'll do it.
We'll get to 10K. I think I've made a couple of samples before, but it's with the old logo. Like, I think only me and Nick have got the samples of it. But yeah, when we properly do it, I want to put some proper effort into it. I want to get samples. I want to check its quality for you guys and for us, because I don't want to put anything with our name on it that's a piece of shit. I don't want to do cheap t-shirts where the fade washes out. I don't want to do any of that. I want it to look good and be able to wear it for ages. So maybe at 10K, I think we'll be able to do it. Just so it's worth us financially. Like, I'm not looking to turn a massive profit on it, but I don't want to lose a shit ton of money on it and stuff like that either, because it's pointless. But if we can make our money back on it, then yeah, we'll do it.
I also think the color scheme, there's so many fun things you could do with it, like with our theme, the green and gold, and like the badge. I think it would look nice on loads of stuff.
Like a black type thing. I think that's the way to go. Like, black merch always looks good.
Yeah, we'll work on it anyway. We'll combine some ideas and we'll get there. We're on 6,407 subs at the minute. So if there is anyone new watching right now and you love the content and you like live daily content and interview with guests and loads of other stuff and members videos, then please do hit that subscribe button. Sancho, hopefully a bargaining chip for Ugarte. Grayo saying it's all very well saying need to sell him and we need to sell, but if nobody wants to buy the players we all want out, then there's nothing we can actually do. I get it. Yeah,
Yep.
it's the legacy of, if you want to call it a legacy, of the Glazers and Ed Woodward and Richard Arnold and John Murtaugh. We know this. It's difficult to sell players, but if we can get someone like Sancho off the books, you've got to do it, man.
Casemiro and Sancho, those are the two. If you can get them off the books, that would help us so much in PSR and FFP. It would help so much.
Yeah. Yeah. And they've been pushing this since, I mean, I think it was early August?
Yeah.
When, what's his name? When Simon Stone, BBC was like, they want 40 mil for Sancho. So they're obviously trying to push that deal. And it looks like, I think the whole thing when it came out with him and Eric Ten Hag, where it was like, oh, they've squashed it, they've done this, whatever. But I think it's just a case that they both said, look, what's best for this club and what's best for you is we get you back up to scratch and then we sell you, or you just, yeah.
Well, you saw there was a video somebody put out when United scored the goal against City and Sancho's thing, and Eric Ten Hag turned around to hug someone and realised it was Sancho and didn't do it and turned away. And it's like, those guys are not friends. They're not buddy at all. So
no, I don't think so. Luis Enrique has left Ugarte out of the squad for PSG's training matches. That's just news just breaking right now.
Interesting.
Which is perfect because we're going to talk about Ugarte right now. Sorry, where the fuck's the thing gone? Yeah, so Man United are being patient over Manuel Ugarte with a little over 2 weeks of the window to go into the knowledge that PSG may need to sell, and with the player very keen on a move to Old Trafford. The thing is with Sam, time-wise, I think it's going to be important.
Yeah.
How far do you take it in terms of a risk of missing a few games? If you know, okay, maybe the last day we'll go all out, do you risk it?
I think you're going to have to, because if that's your number one target and PSG are doing this, like, unless we get word that this is a dead-in-the-water deal and it's just not going to happen, there's no indication of anything, then move on, like we did with Branthwaite. We realised they're just not willing to negotiate even slightly. And we moved on and we've left it. And we went for Yoro, Delict, and we got those deals done. So unless there's something indicate where I'm like, it's definitely not happening, then I'll move on. But you've got to try, man. Like, it's 2 weeks. I know the season starts Friday and there's time and stuff like that. But, like, yeah, I think there's still time to go. We've got Fulham, and then who's the second game?
Brighton, I want to say. I think.
Liverpool, the third game or the fourth game?
So we've got Fulham, Brighton, Liverpool, Southampton, Palace, Tottenham.
Yeah. So you can get him in before the Liverpool game. I think that would be key. I think that would say I don't mind if Fulham and Brighton, because Brighton, we always just shit against Brighton. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Every time we play Brighton, we're fucking awful.
Yeah.
So
apart from the last time we beat them, didn't we? Last season.
Yeah.
So
hopefully, I think if you can get him in before the Liverpool game, I'm all right with that. I know a lot of people online have been losing their mind. It's the start of the season. We're not going to, but
yeah,
it is what it is at this point.
Yeah, it seems inevitable. Casemiro's definitely going to start a couple of the games at least anyway. So, yeah, brace yourselves for that one. Now, McTominay's obviously kind of, like I said before, coincides with this midfield deal, because you would probably think if we did manage to get a sale for him, it's going to be re-injected into another player. So, yeah, Scott McTominay is coming from The Athletic again. McTominay's future may not be resolved until the final fortnight of the window. Napoli are weighing up an approach for Scott McTominay. Fulham also retaining interest in the midfielder. Everton, Brentford, Galatasaray and Fenerbahce have all made inquiries, and McTominay will only move for the right club. Now, you'd think, Sam, with that amount of teams that are interested, you should be able to achieve the price that you want with that, shouldn't you? Surely.
You'd think so, but again, it just seems like any time United are selling a player, people are just lowballing the shit out of us, aren't
penny
they?
pinching, man.
Just every single club, like Fulham not willing to pay the money that we asked for. Fenerbahce were offering 13 million for him. It took a while to get this Wan-Bissaka deal done because they were undervalued. I still think we sold him for less than we probably should have, but it is what it is at this point. So yeah, it just seems like everybody's lowballing us when it comes to selling players. I think it's a lot to do with the wages. A lot of the players are on the status they are in the club as backups or not first choice. They're on quite big wages, so I think that's what puts a lot of teams off. But yeah, it's annoying. It's really annoying. But hopefully, with more clubs interested, that might push the price up a little bit. Maybe. You got hope, haven't you?
Yeah. Time-wise, it's always it's people get more desperate and they need players in, and that's when they're like, you know what, we can spend that extra 5 million. We'll find it from somewhere. Maybe it's down the back of a couch. Like it always happens. Same thing with United, even with Anthony. was like 70, we'll push 70, and they're like, no, we want 85, and they just took us for a ride, and they got what they want eventually. So I think you will see some of that kind of stuff with other clubs. Just very quickly, back to the comments, because there's so many of them. Stretford Gamer TV, big lads, when can we expect Maz and Matt's announcement? So I believe they did their medicals yesterday and did media. From what I've read, and whether that's been announced today or not, I don't think it's been officially confirmed, but I'd expect it today or tomorrow. You'll see kind of the interviews like he did with Xerxes and Yoro from both players. Maybe they'll do a joint one. I mean, they've done a joint signing, haven't they? So
I think you'll start seeing stuff maybe leak this evening. You'll start seeing like photos leaked and stuff like that, and then United will probably officially announce it tomorrow, maybe.
Yeah. Randy saying if we can afford Ugarte, we'll add Amrabat because Ineos want Ugarte and Eric the Red wants Amrabat, so they will compromise. Richard saying, do you not think Johnny Evans should be our nominated penalty taker? God. I think you know the answer to that one, Richard.
Also, why did he
take
the video
delete
with his left foot? Why?
It was with his right, wasn't it?
Did not take it with his left. That's why he fucking skied it.
No, I think he took it with his right.
I'm sure I saw.
But Johnny Evans, much like Branthwaite, is ambipedal.
Oh, is he?
So he's both footed. Yeah.
I thought he was like.
Do you like when was it Greenwood? He used to take free kicks with his left foot and his right foot.
Yeah,
he used to do it with both.
He got Johnny Evans, didn't he?
Yeah, Johnny Evans is the same in terms of his ambipedal. He could use both feet, which obviously you remember the assist for Bruno. That was on his left foot.
That was but that penalty was abysmal, fucking abysmal penalty.
Oh, it was awful. Just the technique, the run up, everything. Saw the video delete out eating and cameras all over him. I know the celebs, but come on, man, let him go out have some peace. I was thinking that, when I saw it, it's just that's the last thing I'd want. That I'd end up fucking punching someone. There's flashy cameras in your face and like fuck off.
There's a couple of rules. Like I think I've seen players out and about. I've met players and stuff like that. There's 2 rules. If they're with the family, the kids and wife, you leave them the fuck alone. Leave them alone.
Yeah,
that with the families, just leave them to it. And then, or if there's loads of people and they're bothering them, I tend to just, I'm not gonna add to that. I'm not gonna think. But if they're by themselves,
I mean, we was doing it with.
If they're by themselves and I'm by myself, nobody's bothering them and not got the kids and stuff, then yeah, sure, go ask for a picture because most of them are up for it. Most of them are fine with it. But if they're with the family, the wives, and the kids, and there's loads of people, just leave them alone, man. Just leave them to it.
Yeah. I was going to say, we did it when we went to Talk of the Devils. Obviously, we've spoken to people on there before. But I was like, I don't want to mind the room. Exactly. People going up to him and asking questions. And I always feel like that guy. So, yeah. And you've all heard me Roy Keane story. So, just don't approach him in general. I would say that would be my advice with him. Ivan Toney won't score as many goals as you expect. His open play goals are way low and always underperforms his XG. Any big club going 40 million for Toney's having their pants pulled down. It's an interesting take from Jithan Joseph there. Road to 10k, says random guy. Yep, absolutely. We are certainly on that track. Man Shitty 14-1 to be relegated. I've just put 20 quid on it.
Hope it comes in, mate.
I hope you're right.
I hope it comes in.
Yeah, I hope it comes in. And if you do, then buy membership.
There's I've just seen a photo on Twitter of Ligt and Mazraoui in training. There's 2 photos there. Yeah, it's on Twitter.
Announcement coming soon as well. I've just seen.
Ooh.
Told Ligt and Mazraoui getting final photos currently with Tenag. Announcement should be around the corner. So it's all going off at the minute. I mean, United, it's been so busy recently. So yeah, we've not even touched on the fucking Ahmad interview yet, or the little Mazraoui stuff. Let's go through this Ahmad, the quotes from there very quickly. So he's done a little interview with MUTV, I think it is, and I think there's a lot of high expectation from Ahmad this season due to his performances in pre-season, and even the tail end of last season, he was really, really good. But he's been saying we have new ideas in training. It's intense. We enjoy everything with the new staff. I was happy for the goals during pre-season. I was happy with my performances. I want to continue and step up this season. I'm a young player, but I'm ready to help the younger academy players. For me, this season is important. The FA Cup win gave us confidence. We're happy to win the trophy. We are a big team. We need to fight for everything for trophies. That's why we fight for the badge. And I would like to say thanks to everyone for the love. I appreciate that. I promise I will do my best on the pitch to repay the confidence of everyone. It does feel like it's his season, doesn't it, Sam? This year.
Has to be. Like, he started every preseason game so far, I think. I think he's just your first choice starting right back, I believe. Like, right winger. Like, Anthony went off injured immediately in the 10 minutes he's had. Garnacho is still getting up to speed, and he came off the bench in Community Shield. And then we don't know the status of like where's Mason Mount going to play? Is he going to play out on the right? Is he going to play down the middle? Stuff like that. Obviously, Sancho is still a question mark where he fits in. Is he going to go? Is he going to stay? So I think, yeah, your first choice starting right forward is Ahmad, and give him a run of games, give him those first 5, 6, 7 games and see what he can do and let him cement that place, because I think he genuinely can like hold it down for us. And he's a very different sort of option to the likes of an Anthony, the likes of Garnacho there. Less direct, less sort of pacey running at defenders. He likes the ball at his feet. He likes to do one-touch passing. He's very tricky, and I love it. I want to see that from him on that right-hand side, and I think he can offer it. And he's shown a lot of glimpses in pre-season that I love. Obviously, the Liverpool game will live in my head forever. So, yeah, let's see what he's got, man. This has to be his season. If it's not his season, then I don't know what he has to do to get in that team.
Yeah, I'm expecting a huge one. We've got 58 people in the chat, so let me know how you feel Ahmad is going to crack on this season. What's a realistic output, do we think, Sam, to expect from him, goals and assist wise?
What did Højlund get? Was it 12?
I'll pull up some statistics for you now.
12 goals, was it? All comps? Or was it a bit more?
So all comps, 16 goals.
16
I think the
goals.
league, he got double figures for sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think 14, 15 goal involvements or goals and assists. I think that's a pretty good thing to...
So let's say what, like 9 goals, 6 assists, something like that.
I think that's quite a healthy figure to aim for. Do you not think? If he outperforms it, then fucking result. But I think that's quite a decent...
Yeah.
In his first season where he's going to be starting, because obviously he's had bit parts here, there, and everywhere. I think that's quite a decent figure to aim for.
Yeah, I'd agree. I mean, I'm just looking at the other wingers last season. In terms of like Garnacho, where is it? What are they, goals or assists? 10 goals to Garnacho. Mctominay got 10. Sorry, Casemiro got 5. Rasmus got 16 all comps. Garnacho had 10 goals, some assists as well. So I'd probably say 15 is fair, but I definitely think he can overachieve that as well, just because of the type of player he is.
Yeah.
So yeah, you aim a little bit low, and then when they overachieve, it's like, that's great.
It's the old thing, innit? Under promise and over perform. That's what you want to do. Under promise, over.
Yeah. I can tell you one thing for a fact. I would put my fucking house on. He's going to have a better output than Anthony.
Oh yeah,
which isn't very hard.
Yeah.
That absolutely. I would say. But I'm so happy for him, because it's a player, as we all know, we've followed for a while. And been pushing and pushing and pushing for him to start, and the fact that it looks like he's going to start the season as our main right winger, which I think it should be, excites me a lot. It excites me a lot. So
can't wait for Friday, like to see how he is and how he performs.
Oh, can't wait for the Premier League, man.
Yeah.
Right, back to the comments, and then we'll finish with the Ligt Mazraoui story, because it's all popping off in a minute with them too. Clive Van Leeve says, why does United want so much for Scott McTominay? Every pound you receive is profit. We understand that, but it's about setting the stall out as well, Sam, isn't it?
Yeah, I think, like, look at the season he had. He had probably had one of his best seasons at United last season. Scored 10 goals, was top scorer for his country, even though he's not a striker. Went to the Euros, won a trophy. Like, his price point is at his highest it's ever been for United. I don't understand why asking for that much money is unreasonable. We're not asking for 50, 60 million, 30 million. Like, I think that's a reasonable price point for him, in my opinion.
Yeah, and you look at the market for what players are going for at the moment. I'd agree. I think set your stall out. 25 million right now for Scott McTominay, I would take hands down. But who knows? I said before, teams might get desperate. United might lower it to 20 towards the end of the window just to get that, and then spend that money on someone like a Sanderberg or Ugarte or whatever. So we'll have to wait and see with that one. Make sure you guys do turn on that notification bell, though, because when the transfer does break, we go live immediately, and the people in the chat can vouch for that. So yeah, we'll cover that when that news comes across us. Punch Paint saying, afternoon, fellas. I hope you're all doing well. Love this channel. Love this community. Thank you, Punch Paint. We love having you. Who was it yesterday? Sorry, just whilst I remember. I think it might have been Macmillan, or it might be someone else, about on a podcast, Skate 9 pod or something, I think it was. They've got something in the background. I had a look yesterday. It does look really cool. So I'm going to have a look at something like that, just whilst I remember. McMillan saying, Nick, will you sing us 115 songs if City get shafted? Listen, you know the answer to that
I'll
question.
join him.
Of course
If that happens, if they get relegated,
yeah.
I'll join him.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
What we'll do is we'll get everyone to send a voice note in singing
Yeah.
it, and we'll match it up, and we'll just get
Yeah.
everyone on it. So it's like a big anthem. Sam, I'll direct this question towards you because you're better to answer this. Nick and Sam, do tattoos hurt as much as people make out? Curious, as I'm thinking of finally getting some ink done.
Interesting. What are you getting, Sean? It depends where. Certain spots hurt more than others. Like on your arms and stuff like this, it's not too bad. Like it's like a hot scratching, as Nick can attest to. He's got stuff on his arms.
Yeah.
If you go to like up here inside of your arm, that hurts like fuck. That's bad. It feels like getting stabbed in your side. That's not fun. Elbows, anywhere there's not a lot of skin or a lot of muscle is a bad time. So your elbows and your wrists are bad. My chest, I felt like I had to tap out a few times for that just to take breaks because that was horrible. And then, long sit-ins. If you sit for like hours and hours, like the longest I sat for is like 6 hours, and about hour 5, I was like, I want this to stop, and it was just fucking. Every time they were wiping off, it was just like sandpaper. It was horrible. So long sit-ins and then certain spots are painful. But if you're just getting an hour or two on your arm somewhere, like it's bearable, it's doable. Yeah, you can do it. It's not too bad.
Just don't get it on your actual shaft, Sean.
Yes.
Probably don't do that. That'd probably be painful.
Yeah.
Cheers, Matt. Not too bothered. Have a good pain tolerance. Just thinking about it today. Go for it, man. Get Real Red logo tattooed on your head.
Don't do that, please. Don't do that. Please don't do
that. Who do you think would be our best player next season? Also, top scorer. Do you want to give your predictions for that first?
Top scorer for the team, I would say Rasmus Højlund. I think I'll be our top scorer.
Oh, I'll go Bruno Fernandes.
I will go best player Bruno Fernandes. I think Bruno should get Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, I think that would probably, I'd agree with that. Bruno Fernandes as well. I think he's got a massive. He looked so sharp, didn't he, against City?
Yeah. He
looked really good. Not being rude, lads. Painting my fence. I built Ahmad, one of my best players this year, Ligt to be player of the season. Wow, that is a strong shout from Dino Lewis there. 30 to 35 million, that's what Scott is worth. And Jithin Joseph said this is Ahmad's first full season. He should aim for around 10 goals and 7 and 8 assists. Yeah, fair. That's fair. Right. Last story, Sam. A lot of news, like I said, popping off around the Ligt Mazraoui training photos. They've been pictured with Ten Hag. They're obviously doing some like interviews and questions and stuff. So that should be dropping either soon, either today or tomorrow, like we said earlier on. Medicals completed yesterday. Media done. Very excited to see the interviews. What kind of questions are going to be asking? I don't know if they're going to go too in depth about his time at Juventus and Bayern.
I imagine.
But it's United media in it, so they're not going to be too thingy on it. But just on the Ligt, feels like a proper United signing, doesn't it? Like I don't know if you've seen a clip of him when he's 17 and he's doing that chant with the fans.
Yeah, I saw that today. Yeah, on Twitter.
That he's got that feeling, like the Sancho. He's got that feeling about him.
He was captain at Ajax at 19. Like, you know what I mean? It says it all. Like, if you're captain of that stature of a club at 19, like, the guy's got something. Like, he's clearly passionate about what he does, and he's got leadership qualities. I believe we chased him as well. Like, when he left Ajax, I'm sure we were chasing him and trying to get a hold of him.
We've been linked with him a couple of times.
Yeah, so it seems like it's finally come to fruition. He's only 24, 25. Still young, man. He's still got a lot of years left in him, which is great. And I think for the money we paid for him, that's an excellent deal. The age profile, the leadership ability, the quality that he's got, and the money we paid, I think that's a top deal. And I'm glad that he's in the door. Much like the Otto thing. The Otto thing was looking like it was going to be another Varane thing where we miss out to Madrid and he plays his best years at Madrid. Whereas Yotto, we got him young. We got him from a young team from out of the clutches of Madrid. The Ligt, we finally got him, but he's still young enough to be a long-term thing. So, yeah, I'm really excited. I think it's going to be a really good player for us.
But just quick thoughts on Souness's comments on the Ligt.
I mean, I wish they'd just come on and go, yeah, I haven't watched him in the last 10 years. Like, I just wish they'd
at least they'd be honest.
You know what I mean? Like, just people coming out going, oh, yeah, I think he's lightweight. I was like, have you watched him at all? Like, for Juve or for Bayern? If you're saying he's lightweight, you haven't watched him. That's the opposite of what he is. He's not a lightweight player in any stretch of the imagination.
Very physical.
Like, it's ridiculous comment, that. Absolutely ridiculous. But it's Graham Souness. He talks shit every single day, which is part of his actual personality at this point. It's the same thing. It happened the same thing with Sancho Martinez. He's too short to play centre back. He's not good enough. Blah, blah, blah. And now Carragher walked his comments back quick last season. I was like, I'm wrong. One of the best centre backs I've seen. Blah blah blah. Pep said the same thing. One of the best centre backs I've ever seen play. Like, it's just they play for United, so people have to automatically get digs in and fucking shots in because they play for United, and United ruined their adult and childhoods for most of their careers because we were so dominant and won everything and beat them, and they feel like they have to dig us out every single time. And it's always the Scousers, isn't it? Souness, Carragher, Robbie Fowler wrote a fucking stinking column as well in the papers as well about United and Ten Hag. It's always the Scousers. Every time, man.
Always.
Danny Murphy was doing it on TalkSport as well. I'm like, what is it? Did all the Scouse players get together and just go, you know what, this season, let's just go fucking in on United? Because it's always the people who play for Liverpool. Always.
Yeah. See what you have to do, guys. You just mentioned Graham Souness and Sam can speak for 5 minutes, no problem. Just fucking.
Also,
it's like an emotional vent, isn't it?
Yeah. Can we just take a moment to Zubimendi rejecting Liverpool?
I was just about to mention that then because it feels like there's like an unease and anxiety around Liverpool, and I think this is why some of the pundits and ex-players and stuff are lashing out because they're just maybe they need to look at themselves, self-reflection, see what's going on with their club. They're worried. Klopp's gone. What are we going to do? Is it going to be the same? Are we going to absolutely have a car crash of a season? And that guy Craig of Anfield Agenda, that's been shared more times than I've seen it. Obviously, we did a video on it as well, where he's going Zuby do. Where you've got some work to do now. And it's like, Romano within 12 hours goes, staying at Sociedad. You're like, yes, please inject it in my veins.
Do you reckon Romano saw that and went, I'm going to wait. I'm just going to let it marinate for a bit. And then
he should have tagged him. That would have been the most legendary shit ever. So tagged Anfield Agenda and said, Zubimendi staying at Sociedad, lad.
I love the language he used as well. Zubimendi rejected Liverpool, not just it didn't happen. Rejected Liverpool. I'm like, I saw as well the contract offer that Sociedad offered him to re-sign was a lot lower than what Liverpool. So it wasn't even about money. He's literally just, I don't want to go to Liverpool.
Crazy. Just for an idea, this is a list of players who rejected Liverpool, by the way. Amrabat, Bellingham, Caicedo, Enzo, Doku, Kone, Lavia, Mbappe, Mount, Chouamini, Thuram, Timber, Valverde, and Yoro. The players who rejected Liverpool. I love it. I love seeing them.
That Scouse pull is legendary, isn't it? Clearly.
Yeah. They all want to play at Anfield. They all want to play for Klopp. Nope.
Agent Trent
Klopp's
going,
gone, mate.
Oh, yeah, Bellingham's coming. It's like, it's fucking not, is it?
And he could still go to fucking Madrid. He could actually
please,
fuck off
let
himself.
it happen. Oh, if Van Dijk, Trent, and that,
get Salah in there as well.
Get me a cigar and a whiskey, and I'll sit there all day with that. That'd be amazing.
There's plenty of reasons to look forward to the Premier League season, and that is just one of them. Right, last few comments, and then we shall head off, people, unless anything has broke whilst we've been live. I don't think that has, so it should be okay.
I've refreshed. Anything.
So now's your time. Now, if you want any comments or questions, just before me and Sam head off, we've got to have to be quick, probably the next 5 minutes. And then, we'll get into them. So, let's have a look. Dan Fenton saying, can't wait to see the Ligt and Mazraoui interviews and see them with Eric Ten Hag and hold our shirts. Andy Williams saying, young player of the year as a defender, who's last person to do as a defender, the Ligt is class. City buying Luis Diaz from Liverpool, can't sign anyone, weird lot. I'm sure I've seen them rumours kind of rejected.
I'm not seeing that rumour.
Yeah. Ten Hag will get the best out of De Ligt. Maybe he didn't rate his gaffer at Juventus and Bayern. He's got chemistry with Eric Ten Hag. De Ligt was captain at the age of 18. At least you can buy players. Dirty Scousers can't even get that player done. Happy days.
Yeah.
And not trying to weight shame him, but he looks like the fat controller from Thomas the Tank.
Fucking hell, Sean. There's another one.
No, you know when anyone starts a sentence and they go, not trying to,
but then they're going to. They're going to.
Yeah.
I've got Sean also said I've got more pull watching Pornhub than those Scouse rats. That's a good comment. I like that one.
But it's lovely to see so many people happy about Liverpool's miserable failings. That is what we're here for, and that is what we live for, and that's what we will continue to do. So I promise you that. Nick singles 115 songs. I told you we're going to do it. Don't worry about it, man.
We'll do it. It'll happen.
Yeah.
They get relegated.
And you know, Will,
there's going to be a 3-hour show of us just absolutely tearing into them, mate. It's going to happen.
Like the roast Tom Brady did. That's what
yeah.
we did. The roast of fucking City. That trust me, that's such a good idea. Actually, content wise, we should definitely do that.
Yeah.
Just get like a panel of us on 5-6 people and just fucking absolutely tear City to pieces.
Yeah.
I would love nothing more than that. I'm telling you now, if Liverpool have a miserable season, this one coming up, they finish like 7th or 8th or whatever, and don't win anything, and City get like out of all them charges on top of him, I'm happy with that, man. I will take that. I'll just be like,
what a year. What a
great,
fucking year that is. Like, I will dine out on that for the rest of my life if that happens. What a fucking year.
Yeah. Inject it, like we said. Right. We shall leave it at that unless there's anything else. I'm thinking of Asian style dragon or Thai Buddha around the shoulder bicep area. Got to build into a sleeve.
Nice.
Cool, man.
I've got a Japanese sleeve on here with a dragon, tiger, cherry blossoms and stuff. So yeah, that'll look sick. You have to send us a picture, Sean, when you get it done, mate.
Yeah, definitely do. Keep it waist above, Sean. I know what you like.
No dick pics are not accepted in any stretch of the imagination.
None in anywhere and anything.
None.
Just permanently, please.
You will be blocked and banned immediately.
Yes, immediately. Right, take it easy, guys. Thank you very much for joining us on this Tuesday afternoon. I'll be back later at 7 o'clock, so make sure you come and join me for that, as always. We've got an interview coming up with someone very interesting this week. Excited for that video to drop tomorrow. We've got a preview coming up for the Fulham game. We've got a watch along on Friday. So much shit is happening right now, United, and it's fantastic. And of course, if anything breaks in between any of them, I will go live as well. So take it easy, enjoy yourselves, and we'll see you in a bit.